Okay, we are live. So, welcome to day number 4 of the content creation Hangathon. And today is all about ranking YouTube videos, YouTube video optimization, making sure that your video shows up in search results. Because, hey, 30 to 40% of small channel traffic is directly from YouTube search. So, this is kind of a big deal when you're just getting started. So for those of you who are watching the replay, a couple of things. There is a link in the description to jasonwhaling.com where you can go sign up for the Aspire Notebook. There will be several things that we will be referencing in that kind of private, somewhat private membership website for you guys as subscribers. And then also there is a very detailed table of contents. So you can skip all of some of the ums and ahs and things where, you know, I'm pausing like this intro because we're going to spend about 5 minutes before, actually closer to 3 to 5 minutes before we actually dive into the content while people start to filter in. So if you're joining me right now, go ahead, let me know in the comment section where you're tuning in from. Maria Daily News. Hey, what's going on? Thank you so much for being here on the Hoop Scoop evening. All right. Very, very cool. Very, very cool. This is the first live stream where I actually set up the comments correctly before I turn things on. So I actually know now where I can see the comments on the other screen here. So we're just going to take a couple of minutes here before we get started. Again, if you're watching the replay of this, detailed description or table of contents in the description. Today, we're going to be talking all about ranking YouTube videos. This is something that's really, really important because as a small channel, 30 to 40% of your traffic will come from ranking your videos. And of course, the more optimization you do around your videos, the better you're going to be suggested via the YouTube algorithm on related searches and videos. And well, awesome. Hoop Scoop, Seattle. Yeah. Very, very nice. Yeah, so hometown here, Seattle. Very, very cool. Okay, so we've got a couple people in here. I'm just going to go ahead and get started. And of course, we're going to share the screen because YouTube apparently hates my internet connection. And I've seen from the past live streams that me talking has actually looked pretty bad. So we're going to go ahead and kick things off here. Let me get this all set up for you. And we'll start with optimization. So an overview of optimization, and then I'll go through the essentially basic steps of each part of the optimization process, and then I'll go through an actual example. So when you come to YouTube tomorrow, you will actually see the live example. So tomorrow's live stream, which will be day number 5, we will actually go through the results of everything that we've been doing. I've been using the same video as an example throughout this entire process. So it'll be pretty cool to see it go live, and hopefully the video ranks for something. Because if it doesn't, that'd be awfully embarrassing. But hey, there you go. That's what happens when things are live. So the optimization overview here, I'm going to make this full screen. Again, all of this fun stuff is going to be in the Aspire Notebook for you guys, so you don't have to worry about getting everything down on the first shot here. So what is really important to remember about optimization is the purpose of optimizing your video is essentially doing everything in your power to tell YouTube what the heck your video is about and who the video is for. That's it. That's all optimization is, because you have to remember that YouTube wants people to stay on the platform as long as possible. You want your ideal audience to find your videos, find value from your videos, and keep watching your videos. So there's a little bit of an overlap in terms of what YouTube wants and what you want. And I say a little bit because YouTube actually doesn't care if it's your video or someone else's video, as long as people stay on the platform. You are the person who cares that it's your video. So it's your job to demonstrate to YouTube that you should be the video that is shown to your ideal audience or your ideal viewer. Okay, so that's kind of how you should approach optimization, the frame of mind, because I think it's really easy to get sucked into all of these little tactics and keyword stuff we're going to go through, and it's really hard to forget that really we're just telling YouTube what the heck our video is about. We're giving the algorithm as much relevant information as possible, and relevant being the key word here. It doesn't work if, you know, you're saying your video is about how to lift 500 pounds and it's really just like a random cat video. Like it needs to be, what you're doing with your SEO needs to be relevant. So the first part of optimization is your search engine optimization. And this is where we're going to be looking at our title and our tags. So let's see. And if you're just joining me, go ahead, comment in the comment section where you're tuning in from. And as always, know that you can ask questions along the way. Okay. So it's not just me talking at you for 20 or 30 minutes. Like, go ahead, ask questions, especially if something doesn't make sense, because things make sense in my head. And then I explain them to you and you go, what the hell are you talking about, Jason? So anyway, the first part of SEO is your tags, and your tags by the Entrepreneurship by the Numbers, Denver, Colorado. Awesome. Awesome to have you here, man. Thank you so much for joining. So the tags is the first place you really want to start when it comes to doing research for your SEO. Now, I use a tool called TubeBuddy. I'll jump over to YouTube in a little bit and show you kind of what that looks like and how it works. But essentially, there's two parts to your tags. The first is to think of them as search phrases. So this is very similar to what you would do if you were trying to, rank your blog post in Google, on Google. You essentially just want your tags to represent the search phrases that people are typing in. And then your tags can also be descriptive in terms of what the subject matter of your video is. Now, remember, even though you have 500 characters, I just want to note, you don't have to use all 500 characters. Your tags should be very, very focused on the topic or content of your video. If you can't use all 500 tags, then okay, there's no point. Adding additional tags does not help rank the video better or get you a better chance of being suggested. Because if you include irrelevant tags, you're essentially telling Google, hey, I didn't do all that good of a job. Remember, Google owns YouTube, so I'm going to use them interchangeably here. You're essentially telling the YouTube algorithm, I didn't really do that good of a job with the tags, so you can't trust me on these two tags, but you should trust me on these other tags, right? So make sure that you are being super, super relevant with these video tags. And these video tags are really what's going to drive your search engine optimization process. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to YouTube for our example video, which has to do with, oops, that's the wrong command tab. So we're going to go back over to YouTube here, and we're going to go through kind of this example where I am trying to rank a new time blocking video about the one thing. So what you want to do, remember in the research phase, we figured out what the heck our core keyword was going to be. So you go to YouTube and you type in your core keyword. In this particular example, it's time blocking the one thing. And using TubeBuddy, that's free, it will show you over here the most used tags. Now, you can be lazy and just kind of flip through these and go, okay, well, these are the kind of the tags I should have for my video. Or better yet, you click on the first 3 to 5 results, and I've already preloaded them here for you. And using TubeBuddy, it will tell you what the tags are. So what I did is I went through the top videos, and I picked up and I simply copied and pasted the tags in Evernote. And we'll get to the example where I did this for each video. You can see, and even though this is my video, obviously the tags that I chose for this video did pretty well. So I'm going to use the tags over again. And I essentially, oh, this one didn't have tags. So sometimes you'll see that. Some not all videos have tags. And essentially copy paste all of these tags into my Evernote here. And then I go through and analyze which ones I think are relevant to the video that I've done. So you can see here, I took a screenshot of the search results, and then you can see here, I went through and these are all the tags that I have to work with. So you're looking at the top videos for your keyword, and you're looking at the tags that have allowed those videos to rank. So we're making the assumption that the tags that are attached to these videos, YouTube, in YouTube's mind, these tags represent the search keyword that you're going after. So that's the big assumption here. So I always think it's really important to have what's an assumption in the process that I'm giving to you guys versus an actual fact. And so again, a helpful tool for this is TubeBuddy. And of course, you can also play with your own descriptors. But I really think that just going with the tags that are already present is definitely the best way to go on this. So that kind of does it for how I find the tags and the importance of making sure that your tags are relevant. Again, you have up to 500 characters, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you need to use all 500 characters. So let me know in the comment section if that didn't make sense, or if you have want any clarification clarifications on tags. I'm doing my best to be kind of as detailed but as brief as possible. I know there's a balancing act there, so I want to make sure that can't see the screen. Hoopsoup can't see the screen share. Okay, that's not good news. That's not good news. Okay, are other people having issues seeing the screen? Because it's definitely telling me that the screen is showing up here. So let me stop screen sharing real quick. Okay, so we're gonna go back. We're gonna go back here. I'm gonna wait for one of you guys to tell me it's showing up for me. That's interesting. Okay. So it's not showing up for one person, but it's showing up for somebody else. Okay. All right. So I'm going to, what do you do? I don't know. It's live. I'm supposed to figure out, I'm supposed to magically know what to do now, right? Because one person, it works for one person, doesn't work for the other. So I'm going to assume that by somehow switching back to live for a couple of seconds, Hangouts has magically fixed the problem. How about that? Yeah, there you go for some technical support there. All right. Okay, so I'm going to give it a couple seconds. If someone can let me know if they're looking at a screenshot of the of YouTube. Again, I know there's a huge delay on this, so I'm just going to give it like 10 or 15 seconds because Hangouts is telling me that the screen is coming through. So I just want to make sure that the screen is in fact coming through for you guys. So Entrepreneurship by the Numbers or Hoop Scoop. If you one of you guys could please let me know if it's working for you. That would be help a ton. Screenshot of YouTube, check. Okay. So if it's showing up for one person, at least it'll show up for the replay. So I'm going to continue. Hoop Scoop, just keep going. I'm following the audio, no problem. All right. Thanks, Hoop Scoop. Okay. Yay, live technical difficulties. So once we have our tags, we're ready to put together our description. Now, you can spend as much and as of little time on the description as you think is important to you. And I say that because I see a lot of videos that rank really, really well with really crummy descriptions or non-existent descriptions. And for the most part, my videos personally didn't take off until I started spending a lot of time on my YouTube description. And so this is, again, where this is something that you're going to have to test for yourself. For me, I think descriptions are really, really important. There are studies out there that say descriptions aren't important, and there are YouTube videos that still rank without descriptions. But personally, as a small growing channel, I think it's important to do everything in your power to rank. So there you go. There's a little disclaimer. Let's get into the description. So the description, I normally want to be at least 250 words. And in terms of links, I limit the number of outgoing links that I have on my videos. So you'll see a lot of YouTube videos, they at the very bottom of their description, they'll have their Snapchat, their Instagram, their Facebook, your email list, their main webpage, their second website, their affiliate links, 20 million Amazon things. And you have to remember, YouTube wants people to stay on the platform. So the more outbound links you have in your description, the less you're playing along with what YouTube wants, and the more you're going against the grain. And so what I do is typically, even when I talk about different softwares, I do software reviews sometimes, unless it's a video that I want to generate some affiliate commissions on, I will actually not even put the link to the video. So you'll see some Canva things from me where I won't link to Canva. I'll just talk about Canva and I'll let you manually go type it in because I don't want to be dinged by the YouTube algorithm for sending you away from YouTube, but I still want to be helpful and show you how to use Canva. So with your links, I definitely, like if you're posting 3 to 5 videos a week, I would say maybe 1 to 2 max have an outbound link, because those videos definitely aren't going to do as well long term. YouTube wants people to stay on YouTube. Linking to other videos, other YouTube channels, even if it's not yours, you're not going to be dinged for that. In fact, you can actually get credit if you link to someone else's playlist and all of those people stay on YouTube and they keep watching. YouTube's happy because people are on the channel and you gave them an outlet to go engage with more YouTube content. So YouTube's pretty agnostic with the videos people are watching, as long as you are part of the solution of keeping people on YouTube. So that gets links and length. So when it comes to the description itself, I'm going to scroll down here and show you an example of how I put together the description. So for the description, what I typically do is have the main keyword show up. I might have to bring this down a little bit so you can see the whole thing. Sorry, guys. Oh, come on, come on. So let's scroll down a little bit more. So for the description, what I like to do is have the main keyword show up at least 2 to 3 times. In this particular instance, the main keyword is time blocking the one thing. And so what I've done is I've highlighted all of the keywords, the related keywords, and then I've highlighted and done red the main keyword. So you can see here in this example, I have time blocking the one thing. I have it 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. It'll help if I can count right? I have it 4 times, and I'll go through how I structure this in a second. And then what you want to do is you want to go back to your list of tags that you chose for your video. And then I've highlighted the ones that I think are related to time blocking and the one thing. And then here's the big key. You want to take these, and I kind of gave it away because I already showed you, but you want to take these and you want to integrate them into your description. So it's not good enough to just, have your main keyword a couple of times in the description. You also want to have the keywords that surround it. So think of your main keyword as the bullseye, right? And then you have the bullseye that you're hitting with you're including it 1 to 2 to 3 times. And then the target isn't just the bullseye, right? There's other circles around that. So what's the next circle out from time blocking? Well, time management, business, goals, how to block your schedule, productivity. Those are all keywords that are related to time blocking. And so the more you include those keywords that are in the second circle, third circle, fourth circle, if you're thinking of a target, it's telling YouTube, it's telling YouTube that your video is relevant and it's talking about this subject. So go ahead and let me know if you have any questions on that. I think that's the kind of this particular example. I think I spend a little more time on this description than usual, but I really wanted to show you guys how important it is not just to have your main keyword, because you have to remember that YouTube is constantly working on improving their algorithm to serve the best videos to people. And so our description needs to communicate to the algorithm that our video is super related to our search term. And by just throwing in our keyword like 20 or 30 times into, 500-word description isn't really going to help YouTube rank your video. YouTube and Google, their algorithms are smart enough to look at the surrounding keywords as well. And so including these surrounding keywords really has made a huge difference in the ranking of my videos. So I've seen some videos, my first couple of videos that I posted on YouTube, really all I did was include the main keyword a couple of times, and the ranking was pretty good until I came across this particular strategy and started actually implementing it, including the tags. And so it really shows YouTube there's this huge congruency between the title of your video, because remember in the title we have our main keyword and some text to really pull the viewer in. That's more about the viewer than the YouTube algorithm. And then our tags are super relevant, and we're choosing tags that YouTube already recognizes based upon the target keyword we want. And now we're including not only including the target keyword in our description, we're also including related keywords and related tags in our description. So we are just screaming at the top of our lungs, YouTube, this is super relevant. Check out the description, check out the tags, check out everything we're talking about. And if you want to get really ninja with this, you can actually make sure that you say a lot of these keywords in your video. Now, I didn't include that in the production phase because I find it's really difficult to deliver good content while having to remember that you somehow need to integrate while you're talking how to block your schedule or entrepreneurial goals. And it winds up actually just feeling a little clunky. So if you've read through this description, you'll notice that grammatically it stinks, right? Grammatically it stinks. And so here's how I structure it, because this is really designed for the algorithm. It's not really designed for people to actually read it. But if someone reads it, it should be good enough to where they don't look at it and go, this makes absolutely no sense. But I'm okay with, you guys or somebody else reading my description and go, man, this guy needs to learn his grammar. That's okay. That's okay. I think in the future, when maybe in 5 or 10 years, when the algorithm's super smart, we'll have to be better with our grammar and not take so many liberties with, forcing keyword phrases to fit. But for now, this works and it's not spammy. That's the most important part, that you aren't spamming your keyword like 15 million times in your description. So what I want to do here, so the description starts here, just in case if that's confusing. So what I do is the top of my description, I try and have a sentence or two that's really enticing and teases what the viewer's going to get. So think of it as your hook. In fact, if you take the hook formula that we talked about in day 2 when we were doing our content writing and just tweak it a little bit, this is the text that shows up in the search results, right? So if we come up here to the search results, we see that the first line or two of text is what people see, right? So we want this to be designed for the user. You can see here, time blocking tips and hacks for entrepreneurs. Time blocking increases productivity, allowing you to get more out of your day. Okay, perfect. So that is telling the viewer what time blocking allows them to do. And so let's see, what's a good example? Like this would be this is obviously a terrible example. He's just trying to generate leads or something. And one thing that surprisingly, Gary Keller, the real eyes open for me. Sorry, that was a terrible botch. But this is also a great preview because it's telling the viewer a little bit about what they can expect from the video. So what I do is I have that first line or two designed specifically to get the viewer to click. I'm trying to hook the viewer. I want you to click on my video. I don't want you to click on other people's because I legitimately think my video is better than everybody else's. Okay, well, not really, but you want them to click. They're most likely going to watch multiple videos anyway. So once you have that, what I like doing is including a section for recommended videos and recommended playlists, a video call to action if that's part of what you're doing, and then if it's relevant, having a table of contents. So for example, these live streams, they're super long. I'm including tables of contents, with most of them, so that it's really easy for those kind of power viewers, just made that up, for the power viewers to go through and actually skip through your video and get to what they want. Or if you're doing a really long tutorial, like I've done this with, my optimized press tutorial on how to build a membership website, or some of the tutorials I do on Google Tag Manager, where I know people are going to have to come back to the video. Well, just make it really easy for them to go to the table of contents and skip to the portion of the video that they need to, be successful, especially if it's a step-by-step type thing. And then after all of that, then I have the description that's for YouTube. So even if someone clicks on it, they're more likely to get distracted with one of these recommended video or recommended playlists, which is where I want people to go engage with more of my content. Hopefully you found this video helpful. And then at the very, very bottom, I have this text, which is the 250 to 300 words. Now, I have seen some other YouTube channels that go as far as doing 500 words. So if you really, really want to hedge your bets, you can go 500 words. And really, SEO is just one of those things like who puts in more work. And so right now, I see 250 words as plenty of work. It gives my videos enough of an edge over other people who just aren't making titles at all. However, in 6 months, if everyone else is writing 250 word descriptions, guess what? It's time to write 500 word descriptions. And it's just about giving more and providing as much relevant information to YouTube as possible when it comes to creating your description. So what I want to do now is really quickly share with you the YouTube management sheet that is now finally available in the Aspire notebook. So you can head over to the Aspire notebook if you already have access, or you can just go to jasonwhaling.com and grab access. And it's here on the content machine page towards the bottom and the optimization step. And so what this does, I'll walk you through an example and then we'll get into engagement. Again, if you have any questions, go ahead and let me know in the live chat section. I am checking that periodically as I keep talking a mile a minute here. So this is an example of the sheet and how I use it. So over here, you have your video code, and I kind of talked about this in the research phase, but I think it's really nice to at least number your videos so it's really easy to keep track of what the order of your videos. And so you enter your target keyword here, you enter the date you want to schedule it, and then if you're posting it to your blog, I have some blog categories here. This is an example. I also have a blank template that you can just copy over and over again. So I'll show you how to use this right now. So first thing you want to do is once you've entered your target keyword and you put in your title, I have a short title for my cards. Now this automatically just takes your keyword, but you can type over this, no problem. And the other thing this does is it creates your video file name and your thumbnail file name, because you want your video file and your thumbnail file following you loud and clear. Awesome. Thank you, Hoop Scoop. So you want your video file and thumbnail files to include the keyword. So for the thumbnails, I just use the keyword and then do a -tn at the end. You can come up here and put dash whatever you want in the formula. And that really allows you to, well, number one, stay organized. And number two, it's another sign of relevancy to YouTube. And because you're including your title in oh gosh, talking too fast. Because you're including your target keyword in your title, the video file formula essentially just takes your video code, slaps it in front of the title of your video, and that's how I name all of my videos. So I know it seems really simple, but again, it's like every little step counts with optimization. You don't know what that last little thing is that's going to push your video over the edge in the algorithm and get you on the first page versus, result number one on the second page. And so here we have, then for filling out your description, the first part we have is your teaser. And that's what I talked about as the first couple of lines that is seen in the search results. Then you have a space to enter your table of contents, and then you have your SEO rich description. Now you see over here, the SEO check makes sure that your title contains your target keyword. It makes sure the keyword is in the file name, and it counts the length of your description. This description down here needs to be at least 250 words. I don't include all the other stuff in there. So your actual SEO optimized description is 250 words or more. And then it counts how many times your keyword is in there. And so the only thing I want to note is Google Sheets is kind of finicky with whether you capitalize things or not. So I'm going to come up here and capitalize this really quick. So if for whatever reason, part of the keyword is capitalized, see, now it says it's 0, but time blocking is clearly in there. I take the capitalizing away and keyword counts back to 4. So just want to show you that. I have no control over that. It works fine in Excel, but Google Sheets is a little finicky. And then you have your footer. And so your footer is the place to, if you really want to include your social links, go ahead and include your social links. But in the footer, I generally have a little paragraph about what the channel is about and why, and a subscribe button. And so what's really cool is this export box right here. I'm actually going to copy this and I'm going to show you. It takes everything and formats everything you have to a optimized description, just like I have here. So I'm going to paste this in. I'm going to show you. So you can go to YouTube, paste that in. And so here's the description. This text right here is what the sheet generated for you. So it took all of that information and it put it together in the same format that I personally do for my videos. Now you might be wondering, hey, where'd all these recommended videos come from? Glad you asked. So we go back here. Down here, I have a space for you to write, so you can manually write in the playlists that you want to promote. You can do up to 3. And then the videos you want to promote, you can do up to 3. And the formula automatically pulls in the preview title and the URL, placing them in this recommended video section here. So it's pretty nifty and cool. It saves me quite a bit of time when I'm putting things together. I can just type these things in and everything is formatted correctly. It's a lot easier, like fill in the blank versus, oh no, I forgot to include a recommended playlist, or oh no, did I include the video that I wanted to include? So it's really nice that it's just a form. It's like a form. You just fill out the form and you make sure all the boxes are green and you're good to go. So let me know in the comment section if that sounds cool to you, or maybe I'm just geeking out by myself and nobody else really thinks this is valuable. I hope so. It's personally saved me a lot of time, free for you guys in the Aspire Notebook. So you can download your own version, add your own version to your own Google Drive and go to town. And we will get to the first comment and we'll get to the promotion stuff, of course, in the next live stream. So go ahead. Whoops. Wrong tab. Go ahead in the comment section. Let me know if you have any questions about what we've covered thus far. I'm going to check that really quick. And then we're going to go on to engagement, which is the second step of optimization. So I'm going to take a drink of water here and catch my breath. Okay, looking pretty silent. I'm just going to go ahead and refresh. All right. So I'm hoping that means you guys didn't have any questions on that, and I actually did a decent job explaining what's going on. Stream status is in good health. That's good. That's good. Good, good. Okay, perfect. So it looks like no questions thus far. Oh, haven't done YouTube yet, but interestingly, the screen works in the window inside window mode. Interestingly, works inside the window mode. Not quite sure what that means, Hoop Scoop, but I'm glad it's working. I'll connect with you later to figure out exactly what that means, because maybe I need to fix something. That's, yeah, because it should work in all modes. So thank you. Yep, you learn something new every day. Okay, so engagement. Thanks, Hoop Scoop. Let's go ahead and talk about engagement. So engagement, we're going to be talking about our first comment, our cards, why it's so important to reply to comments, and then playlists, and then we'll wrap up with Q&A. So if you have any questions, go ahead and feel free to drop them in now. Even if they aren't directly related to what we're talking about, I will get to everything at the end. So engagement. All right. Whew. Engagement is a finicky thing, because the research that I found thus far has been has not been conclusive on the impact or importance of likes and comments. I will say, however, that replying to comments and making sure you add a comment to your YouTube video is a very, very good thing for building your community. So even if it winds up not being a huge deal at the end of the day for optimization, it is a pretty big deal when it comes to actually building relationships with people and engaging, making sure that people feel like you're not just throwing out videos and never really replying or clarifying things when things are confusing, or they just want a little extra help. So it's one of those things where we do things for the YouTube algorithm, and then we do things for real people. And what we just did was all about the YouTube algorithm. Engagement is about the real people who are actually watching the video. So you do the first part right, the video is shown, then you do the second part right to get people to come back for more of your videos. So I think that does it. That's really for that's as much as I could say about engagement. So the first comment, what you want to do is you want to break the ice in the comment section, because when you first post your video, the comment section is just crickets, right? And nobody really wants to be the first person to comment. And people who've never seen your video before, they might come to it. There might be a lot of views. There might be quite a few likes. But if there's no comments, there's kind of this disconnect where like, should I comment? I don't really want to be the first person to comment, or why isn't anybody else commenting? So it's kind of like, well, nobody else did it, so I'm not going to do it. So be the first, just break the ice, be the first person to comment. I personally like doing a question that has to do with the content of the video. And sometimes I'll have that question at the end of the video and I'll say it in the video, or I'll come up with a question later. It's not a big deal if you didn't ask a question in the video. Just be the first person to comment with a question and encourage engagement. I also find that actually answering your own question or saying, hey, I find that when I do optimization, writing the description takes forever. And sometimes I don't really know if it helps me all that much. What do you do to make sure that your YouTube videos rank well? Do you spend time writing keyword-rich descriptions? There you go. So there's an example of a comment, and then comment replies. So this is something, I'm around 3,000 subscribers, and I probably spend about 2 hours a week replying to comments. And I can tell you from personal experience that about 95% of the comments you reply to, you will never hear from that person again. Unless they are a troll or they're someone who actually appreciates that you took the time to comment. And I think that's been one of the best places where I've actually developed relationships with real people. And it's how I actually got my first collaboration done was someone commented on one of my videos. I commented back. I commented on one of her videos, and we got a discussion going. Eventually, we connected via email, and we did a collaboration together. So it's a great way to connect with other aspiring YouTubers or other YouTubers who are in your space. I think I've had at least 5 actual solid email communications or Skype calls with people directly as a result of replying to comments. Now, even if you don't get a relationship out of it, or you don't get a client or collaboration out of it, what you can do is include your core keyword in your comment reply. And so that's another great way to get your keyword, an additional opportunity to include your keyword or related keywords on the page, because the YouTube algorithm doesn't only just look at the description, your titles, tags, and description. It can also comb through the comment section to see what's going on in the comment section, not only like how many comments there are, but how relevant are the comments, how many more times is the keyword showing up. And so that's something that I've started doing. I haven't had any conclusive, data yet to say like, yeah, this video skyrocketed because I included the core keyword every single time, but it's just kind of like, it's kind of like a nice bonus. But of course, make sure that your response is actually designed for a real person, because you are talking to real people. Note, when it comes to spam, don't hesitate. This is something that has sucked up so much of my time. My assistant actually has a task to go through every single day and remove spam from the channel. And so really don't hesitate to mark as spam. If you think it's spam, go ahead and report them, because 9 out of 10 times they are spam bots. And so you marking something as spam is helping other creators from the headache of dealing with all of these ridiculous robots that just run around trying to ruin the comment section all day long. Okay, perfect. So let me know if you have any questions about comments. I think I've spent a little too much time talking about that. So we're going to wrap up with cards and playlists. Now, for cards and end screens, according to my data, most people don't make it to, and maybe I just stink in terms of audience engagement, who knows? But according to my data, most people don't actually make it to the end screen, and the traffic that results from the end screen is pretty low. So for most of the time, for my end screens, I just do best for viewer and most recent upload. And that's pretty much what I do for the end screens. For the cards, I try and include cards of related videos. So if we go back to the example sheet here, you see this video is about time blocking. So I have a related video, the basics of time blocking, how to outsource your business and organize your inbox, right? These are all different things that I think a business owner or a solopreneur would be interested in if they're looking up content around time blocking. And I normally I normally schedule my cards out to all go out within the first 3 to 5 minutes. And what I actually do is I go through my channel analytics every 30 days or so, and I look at the average watch time. And so if my average, I think the last time I did this, my average watch time was around 3 minutes and 30 seconds or something. So what do? Well, the last call to action, the last card is around 3:25. So if my data says that this is around the time most people are leaving your videos for whatever reason, okay, I don't know what it is. I don't know why that's the average, but you know what? If they're about to leave anyway, let me try and suggest another video that I think they might enjoy, because at least they'll stay on my channel with my videos versus going to a different channel or a different video. And so I normally have these pop up. They're completely uncorrelated to what's being talked about in the video. So it's not like in my editing process, I go, okay, at 1 minute, I want to show this card. Every once in a blue moon, I do that. But really, if you want to reference a specific video, I think you're better off just saying, check out the link in the description, because the people who actually want to take that action, which is a very small percentage of people, they will go to the description and click. Whereas you can just save your cards for those the majority of viewers who are going to be really ADD, and give them an opportunity to click off and check out something else when they get bored or they check out from your video. So that does it for cards. Cards are for the ADD audience. If you have other content that you want people to really engage with as a next step, or playlist you want them to check out, just go ahead and drop it in the description, because those people who were legitimately going to watch your whole video and then go back and click on the card, those people will also have no problem going to the description because they're more of your power viewers. So go ahead and let me know if that made sense. Go ahead and drop a comment in the comment section if you have any questions on that, or if you're just joining us, go ahead and let me know where you're coming in from. And then the last thing we have is playlist. And playlist is something that I personally have not spent a whole lot of time on, but I can tell you that it is possible to rank playlists. So I should have prepared this ahead of time, but I did not. So hopefully it shows up. Time blocking hacks. I think time blocking hacks playlist shows up. So here, perfect. So what's really cool about this keyword is I'm a spot number 2 and spot number 3. And then if you scroll down a little bit, spot number 4, 5, 6, spot number 6. So this collection of 5 videos includes these 2 videos. But you know what's really cool is because I optimized the playlist title as if it was a video. So I went through the same process of choosing the title for the playlist as I would for choosing a video. Now the playlist gets ranked. And so I just have another opportunity. It's just all about number of occurrences with your videos. I just have another opportunity to capture someone's attention. And if someone is looking at this page, they see I take up half of the first page results that you can see on the page. And so even though I'm not spot number 1, and even though this guy's way down here, at least someone who's never seen me before goes, oh, who's this Jason guy that shows up 3 different times? So hopefully they click on one of them as opposed to, thinking I'm a spammer and I have nothing of value to add. So that does it for playlists. And again, you can use you sure have a lot of playlists for not spending time on it. Yes. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, let's actually go to the channel. I don't know how many playlists I have, but I did create quite a few playlists. So when I say not spending a lot of time on it, Hoop Scoop, I mean that I haven't done a really good job of actually adding keyword-rich descriptions, because the tactics and strategies that I talked about right here with your description, you can do the same with your playlist description to really try and get your playlist to rank. And so that's the last part. And just keep in mind that the first video of your playlist is going to be what the playlist thumbnail is. So definitely lead with your strongest video. So whatever video that you think is the best at hooking people in or has performed the best in terms of audience retention, definitely have that first. And then, yeah, so in terms of playlists, I have gone a little crazy with playlists. So we'll go over to playlists, and I'll show you kind of what I have in terms of playlists. View 25. Yeah, so I have about 25 playlists. I think maybe 20 of them are public playlists. And so you can see that you can you can really just have a time each month where you go through your videos and you look at, hey, what's a new playlist I could make? And so I have not gone through the process of actually creating those keyword rich descriptions. But as you can see, even if you don't, you just make sure you have a good headline for your playlist. You can get your playlist to rank. And so that does it for the optimization process. Wow, for around 43 minutes. So all of these seem to end around the same. So now is the time to ask questions. If you have any questions about this process or growing your channel or your business in general, go ahead and let me know in the comment section. So what I'll do right now is I'll go over to the Aspire Notebook and just let you guys know that you also have access to the example, so you can go through and really pick apart what I did here. And so you can really apply these strategies for yourself, with your own videos. So you can have all of this. That's all, of course, in the Aspire Notebook. And of course, you also have access to this sheet here that I use religiously for my YouTube management and staying on top of things. So definitely let me know if you have any questions in the comments section. Let's go over, I think the only thing, and then I also added this sheet right here where you can just type in your video code. So T O O. Hoop Scoop, you're pretty clear and easy to follow, so no questions. Thanks, man. Very encouraging. So in this, in the video section, so what I do is I name the tab, the video code, and then that way, all you have to do is type in the video code, and there's these cool little formulas that are working in the background, pulling in this info. And then this is also a great way because when you're looking at your videos, you're figuring out what should be in your cards or your end screens, you have a master list of all of your videos, and you can just come in here and copy and paste the URLs and the name of the video when you are entering info right down here. So yeah, that's a fun thing. I'll let you guys play around with that. It's definitely saved me a lot of time. All you have to do to use this sheet is click on the little down arrow and click the duplicate button, and then rename it and keep going from there. And of course, if you screw up any of the formulas, you can always just re-download the sheet from the Aspire notebook. So I've been stalling quite a bit. Let me go ahead and go back to live here, even though YouTube keeps giving me warnings that the live stream isn't coming in correctly. So let's see. I think we covered quite a bit. So I'm glad. Scoop, thanks so much for the support and coming out, man. And let's go ahead. I'm going to go into my dashboard here, see if there are any other questions. If not, we're going to go ahead and end it here. It looks like there's only a couple people left. Well, my voice is pretty shot, so we'll give it another 90 seconds here. So 90 seconds, any questions on the YouTube optimization process, or any questions around, growing your business or marketing online in general. Awesome, Hoop Scoop, I see you now. Okay, perfect. Well, at least the actual live stream is coming through, as choppy as it may be. Woo. Okay. So it looks like, any questions? I'm hoping everybody else thought it was a good job too. See you now. Hey, Merry Christmas, man. Yeah. Woo. Coming up on the last live stream. Ready for Christmas next week for sure. All right. Okay. So it looks like, I'm looking at the chat box. It looks like we're good to go. So thank you, Hoop Scoop and Entrepreneurship by the Numbers and Daily News for coming out. Thank you guys so much for engaging and asking questions. And to all of you who just kind of showed up and checked things out, thank you to you. Again, this will all of these live streams are going to be available in the Aspire notebook, along with all of the resources that I've been going through. I am still working in the background to make sure that I get all of the notes in there for you as well, but it's just been really hectic getting these live streams out for you guys. And of course, table of contents to go back through and help you with your videos. So it looks like that's it for the questions. Thank you so much to you guys for showing up. And we have one more day tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern, or Pacific Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Friday, the last day of the Hangathon, and that's 7 p.m. GMT -8 or UTC -7. So until the next video, you know what to do. Keep building the business you love. Take care.